today's webinar, where Jin will be walking through some of his thoughts and ideas for a specific currency for each day. So for Monday, he will do the Aussie and New Zealand. Tuesday, which is today, he'll be doing the Euro. Wednesday, Pound. Thursday, Yen and Gold. Friday, CAD and Oil. So before we start today's session, do help me answer this poll, just so we know this is your first time. Is this your first time attending this currency call? Yeah. So as you guys are answering, let me just give a very short introduction about the session that we do for the currency call. So we target this currency call for the long-term investors and the short-term traders. So Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So just a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Yeah, let me check out the poll. Okay, so we have a first timer here. If you can identify yourself, that would be awesome. But anyway, yeah, I'll just go on. So I'm Jin Wei. I have known Jin for about 3 years now, first as a student and now as a business partner. So Jin has helped me a lot in trading, coaching me, making sure I trade properly. So Jin himself is a founder of LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase. So we already know Jin is the coach, is the head coach in LCMS Traders. And for Forex Briefcase, he trades a 7 million USD account on a daily basis for his clients. And he's an international speaker where he speaks in Asia countries and UK, US, Australia, yeah, and sharing his views about the Forex market. So if you want to know more about him, I'm going to paste some links in the chat. You can check out the websites. So yeah, before I pass it to Jin, just help me do another quick poll to know that how did you get here? Yeah, so I'll pass the time to Jin now as you guys are filling in the poll. Okay, Jin, take it.
I really like looking at the polls, how everything starts jumping up and down, you know, the percentages start moving.
It's like everybody's like, get this over and done with, I want Jin to talk.
No, it's a bit like looking at the markets, you seeing the candle develop.
Oh, okay.
It's just that it's moving across rather than up and down this time.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's still going, so come on. There's another 6 more of you who haven't voted yet. But it's good to see that most of you are coming in from Traders Club, one from Facebook Live, awesome. Telegram channel, friends share, all right, good. So actually today we have quite a good spread of everyone coming in from all the different channels. So, you know, let me, Jin Wei did a quick intro already. It is Tuesday today, so we'll be talking about the Euro and the Euro Pound. And, if you have any questions, put it in the Zoom chat there. One of the guys will let me know that there's a question. We are also on Facebook Live in the Forex Trading Asia group. Got a bit of allergy today. So, if you can help me out tremendously by going to Forex Trading Asia, click share on the video, onto your own timeline. That'd be fantastic because we do this every day. So, giving information out to traders and investors out there who want to know more about the currency market. So let's jump straight into it. Euro. Before I go into Euro, how have you all been trading? Anyone's interested in trading the Euro today or this week? Give me a show of hands. Daniel's always interested in trading and everything. Lewis is. Benny has a big thumbs up. Okay, good. All right. So Euro, looking at it now on the daily time frame first. What I can tell you is that the market has been absolutely, jumping up and down. It hasn't really done a lot to what we expected. and that's one of the perils of trying to predict the market, right? So actually what I do here every day is I try to, give you a bit of the predictions, a bit of the analysis-based prediction into where I think the market is going to be heading over the next couple of days. That's not always going to be accurate. So a disclaimer there, it's not always going to be accurate. It is really just my view. So use that as a basis to your analysis as well, as a support to your own analysis as well. And also look at it in terms of different time frames. So now on the euro, I've zoomed in a little bit more to make it a bit easier to see. It hasn't really done that much. It's pretty much set right across between the, between the 109.82 to 107.83 level. That is about a 200 pip range. Can you trade a 200 pip range? Yes, you can, but it's not the easiest, right? It's not the easiest way to trade within such a, I'll put in inverted commas, narrow range. That's why for the past couple of times whenever I come to a Tuesday talking about the euro, I'm not super excited. It hasn't really given me any clear directions. The euro at this point, thinking about it, following trend, I would think that it's probably going to come lower, right? It's probably going to sit there and then come lower. So, I've learned not to draw my lines too aggressively because that actually means that it's over a very long period of time. So, it's probably going to sit there and come lower. However, we have seen that it does need to break below this point. It does need to break below 107.85 or 1.0785 to go towards 106.60, right? So it needs to break below 107.85. It has bounced off once in the early April, end of March, early April, one more time, almost at the end of April, and then now it's here again in May. So it does need to break below that point before going down. This itself could be a trade idea where if it does break below, a 50 pip stop loss to a 70, 80 pips take profit, that could be a trade idea there. But it does need to break below. If it doesn't break below, I'm going to take that line away because too many lines, it's a bit confusing. If it doesn't break below and it bounces up, it wouldn't be a trade I'll be looking at. I wouldn't be looking at that for a trade idea. Why? Quite simply because if it does bounce up, stop loss might be about 50, take profit about 50, or even less, about 40 something. In that range, I probably wouldn't be looking too much for an upside. But if it does break below that 107.75 level, then we could be looking for a sell. All right. So if you're doing your trade journaling, your watch list, break below that level, then we're looking for a sell. On the H4 time frame, even more evident that level of 107.70 is going to be, it has to break below that before it could go any lower. Based on the indicators and price action, I do believe that it could break, but probably we need to see what are the triggers that could push it lower over the next couple of days. All right, so on the H4, we do see some indicators. My spread out MACD looks like it's coming back down. Yeah, I do think that it can come down, probably not super quick, But I did say that about the Aussie yesterday, and the Aussie dropped like a rock today, or yesterday and today. So, have that in mind, have that basis in mind and be prepared for where if the move comes earlier, at least you're prepared to be able to jump into that trade. All right, I'll look into the euro pound, and then after that we'll look into triggers that could move the Euro US and the Euro Pound. Any questions at the moment? Nope, everyone looks good. All right, so Euro Pound. Well, you could almost just play what I was talking about last week and play it again today, and it will probably still be valid. Euro Pound is and has been and probably will be sitting at the 0.8725 level. This resistance, this support level for probably an extended period of time now, or has been for an extended period of time now, and probably will be for a while more. However, now what I see is I think an upside is more likely. All right, an upside is more likely because it's tried to break this support level several times, seems to have resisted quite well. All right, throat is killing me. While looking at this, to make a better understanding of how the Euro Pound is going to do, I'm just going to quickly look at the pound. Pound US dollar looks like it could be heading lower, especially on the daily time frame. It looks like it could be heading lower. So if the pound US dollar does head lower, the Euro Pound is likely to be heading upwards, which is one of the reasons why I think that we could see further upside in the Euro Pound. However, same thing, we look for triggers. It would have to go past 0.8820, close above that before I'll be looking for that buying opportunity. And I think it would be a great buying opportunity if it does close above that. Even if we take a very generous 150 pip stop loss, your next reward could be 250, 300, or even 500 pips. So, once it breaks above, we could see quite a steadily climb upwards. So this is a very long-term, much longer-term trade, especially on a daily time frame. A bigger stop loss, a quite a huge potential upside to it as well. So something worth keeping on your watch list. Probably not something going to happen very quickly, but something worth keeping on your watch list for a longer term trade. If it does come down, right? If it does come down, this is where that flexibility, you're looking at it. If it breaks below 0.8725, could it go lower? Possibly, but I don't think that would happen could be quite quick to happen. Again, 170 pip stop loss with a 330 pip take profit could happen, but a lot more intervals in the middle, 170 pips in the middle, and then 300. So in this case, I'm actually more interested to look for an upside move in the Euro Pound. Good. Louis, you happy? Awesome. Okay, so Euro Pound, we're looking at it. If it breaks above, as quick recap, breaks above 0.88120, we probably could look at a trade idea of it going further upwards. 150 pip stop loss with 300 to 500 pip take profit. Euro US, probably heading lower over the shorter to medium term. Not aggressively, does need to break below 1.0770 before I would think that it could go any further. So that's a short to medium term downward trade idea. Okay, so with that, I think it was quite quick and easy, straightforward for the Euro, US, and Euro Pound. Looking into the triggers of what could move them in that direction. Right, tonight we do have the US CPI numbers coming out, so we expect to see some weakness in the US dollar if it does come out at minus 0.7%, or if it does come out at anywhere close to that number. Even the core CPI is expected to be quite bad. So But with an example of what we've seen in non-farm payrolls is, even if it does come out at a bad number but slightly better than expected, we might see short-term strength in the US dollar before going into weakness of the US dollar, right? So don't get caught out by that first move where you see some strength and you get confused. You have your basis, you have your fundamental drivers towards where price should be heading. Then wait for that move, wait for the price to move according to your expectations, then jump into a trade. So tonight we could see some weakness in the US dollar, bit of a budget balance there. We have New Zealand cash rates tomorrow. We have pound GDP, which is going to be terrible. Okay, pound GDP is going to be terrible there. But again, if it does come out at anything slightly better than minus 2.5%, we could see some positivity in the pound. Right? Fed speaking, we spoke about that. Aussie employment, we spoke about that. Canadian and US. So not much, a bit of a employment numbers and GDP from the euro on Friday. So not much real triggers to the euro in particular. We got German GDP on Friday as well. All right, so expected a slightly bad number. So not much real triggers for the euro in particular, but we see some US news that could come out slightly better than forecasted, which could give some strength into the US dollar with longer term or medium term weakness. Same thing in the retail sales number. We could see, from minus 4.5 to minus 8%. We could see that being a little bit of an upset, leading to some strength in the US dollar, but medium term weakness. So we could be expecting to see a little bit more volatility in the US dollar. Hence, if I jump back into the chart again, hence, I do think that we could see some horizontal move before that gradual downward trend towards support again for the Euro US. Okay, but what I do notice here is that where there are a lot of news coming up which could change the situation quite quickly. CPI numbers can change the outlook, the overall outlook quite quickly. So something to take note of is you want to be aware of how to change your perspective, your overall bias in the market, right? In terms of what you expect. So you want to be fixed on, just thinking, we want to only be selling the euro, or we think that euro pound is going to take a longer term. If something does change and moves the market quickly, we could see that apply quite quickly into your own trading in the shorter term as well. I just noticed on Forex Factory, Centrade's add deposit $20 and receive 20% bonus. So Centrade FX is one of our partner brokers. It's our partner broker. It's quite interesting to notice their ad on Forex Factory here as well. All right. So wanted to do a quick plug about Traders Club. So why I was telling you about keeping that flexibility, making sure that you have that keeping track of the news, and if something changes quite quickly, you want to be able to change your bias, change your mindset. All right, so this is what we do here. Search for LCMS Traders Club. Most of you are already on this, so I'll go through this quite quickly. Search for LCMS Traders Club on Facebook. Join us here. It is $49 a month or $199 a year. Join for a year. If you're serious about your trading, you'll make some money, make a profit. Get this, because this is where the support is. So the signals are all fired out here. First, signals are fired out in the LCMS Traders Club before it goes into the Telegram channel. While we send out the signals, we also send out all the analysis behind the signal. So the reasons behind the time frame and the reasons behind the signals, answering a lot of questions about whether you should enter 3 orders or have one and then set take profits level 1, take profit level 3, and then we will advise again when prices hit different levels. You can also learn the different indicators. A lot of the indicators are proprietary, which I created. So I only give that out during my course, my in-person course, which we used to do quite regularly. Now with COVID, it's on hold for now. So watch out for my in-person courses if you're interested in the sped up MACDs and all the different customizations that I have done. All the more Daniel and a whole team of signal providers here we have in-house that gives us all the different trade ideas, identifying where to enter a trade, where's the take profit levels, stop loss levels, telling you why the market has jumped or why it hasn't jumped. Kenneth does a Facebook Live every night at about 9 o'clock, giving you an update of whether this 11 o'clock call is still valid, because from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., a lot of things has happened in the market. So Kenneth comes back with a quick update on whether, you should still be looking at those trade ideas or not. Yesterday, I'm so happy to see so many of you on the call today, because yesterday we just had a live call with me for members only, where we talked about trading psychology. So this is the one. So we went on to about 10 plus at night, and it's good to see all of you back here again this morning. So we have another coaching call tomorrow, Wednesday at 8:30, starting at 8:30. I think the guys have some quite interesting things planned out for the coaching call tomorrow night. So make sure you turn up for that as well. Club members, make sure you turn up for that. So a lot of information here on LCMS Traders Club. Make sure you join and make use of it. Ask questions, get the support, get the feedback, and get the benefits for your own trading. All right. So I see the chat blinking away. Andy's asked, are you running the same charting package? What do you mean, Andy? I've got no idea what you meant. Why? Okay, so why Jin believe will not break down? Wait. So Tommy, which one? When you said do not break down, which one are you referring to, please? So I'll wait for Tommy's Euro US. Well, so Tommy, not much real triggers. Why I don't think it will break downwards too aggressively is I don't see much triggers, fundamental triggers that could push it lower aggressively. We do have some US news coming out, but we anticipate that we could see some bad US numbers coming through. So slight strength, because it's probably going to be bad but not worse than predicted. So some little bit of strength and then medium-term weakness into the US dollar. That's why I think that we could see some volatility, but not real downward direction for the Euro US. Okay. Andy, are you all running the same charting package? Everyone from LCMS indicators. As much as I can, Andy, I do. During the program, during the 2-day session where I teach students personally, I do teach the LCMS indicators and charting package. But it still comes down to personal preference of whether everyone sticks to it or not. Some people prefer, trading is not going to be a one size fits all kind of thing. So I do work with individuals on customizing their trading methods. Some people prefer price action, some people prefer different ways of trading. So we do work on customizing that. That's why we have the coaching sessions quite regularly. Ravi, if you sign up for the Traders Club, given a template as seen on your chart. No, you do not. You will not get the template as seen on the chart because that's what I do during the course, the 2-day course. Giving you this template, is not going to be as beneficial because a lot of people is going to use the indicators as just that silver bullet thinking. It's cross this, sell, cross that, buy, do this, buy, do that, sell. There's actually a whole sequence and method behind this template. So I've simplified everything down, but not to that level of just based on trading based on indicators. It is based on a system, which is what you get when you see the let me jump back to this, when you see the trade ideas. Let me just jump into this. Where is it? All right, so when you see no, not that one. All right, so for example, when you see like Daniel gives an analysis behind the trades, why he entered a US CAD trade to buy, the previous news, the trend, the support resistance, the indicators, and the next news. So that's a system, that's a 5-step system that I teach traders on how to approach every trade, to keep it repeatable. My line is, if your approach to trading is repeatable, your results will be repeatable. All we have to do from there is make sure you're profitable. Right? So it's all about repeating that approach, making sure that every time you come to a trade, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again so that you see the results over and over again. All right, so it seems like a lot of people are interested in the template and the indicator set. So we will work on something for that as well. Thanks for the questions. Any other questions? No. Okay, today has been quite a short and sharp one. I think Euro has always been when we talk about Euro, it's always been quite a short and sharp session. I'm going to do a quick poll at the end just to see what you think about the session today, and then tomorrow's pound session is going to be a lot more interesting. I think there's a lot more information coming from pound. Trader Club members, I will also be doing, following this, a quick video to prepare you for the Kiwi interest rates tomorrow. So watch out for that in the Traders Club. Just a quick video, not a Zoom call, just a quick video to prepare you for tomorrow's session at 10 o'clock, because we will do the call at 11. Alrighty, so 93%. There's always one person who wants more, so that follows statistics. That's good. 93% of you, 94% of you are happy. So that's job well done to all of us. I'll give myself a pat on the back. Alrighty. So in the meantime, trade safe, trade well. We will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Talking about the pound and possibly the results of what we've seen in the New Zealand US dollar coming from the rate decision as well. Okay. And also for everyone in Traders Club, watch out for the New Zealand video and also the coaching call tomorrow night at 8:30. Take care now. Bye-bye. Thank you all. Thanks, Ty. Oh, someone just jumped in right after we've ended.